Hello everyone, welcome to Hospice. In today's video, we will be talking about diplomacy and its types. So let's begin. So what is diplomacy? Diplomacy is nothing but a main instrument of foreign policy. It involves profession, activity or skill of managing international relations, typically by a country's representatives abroad. It deals with people without offending or upsetting them, and it is nothing but an art of winning a war without even fighting a war. Now let's talk about types of diplomacy. Diplomacy can be classified into conventional and non-conventional. So this non-conventional have been developed during recent past. So we will be discussing them one by one. Let's begin with gunboat diplomacy. Now gunboat diplomacy emerged during the time of Theodore Roosevelt, who was the president of US. During that time, gunboat diplomacy included display of naval power, and it was a threat of warfare to an enemy country. In recent past, it has changed and it has diversified its scope, and it not only includes naval power but includes all types of power, and it's about showing military might and military muscle. For example, Opium Wars, Second Anglo-Burmese War, Spratly Island disputes, etc. Please refer to them and search them, and you can have a good idea about this. Dollar diplomacy. Now dollar diplomacy is nothing but substituting bullets for dollars. It is about paralyzing an economy of a debtor country by issuing loans and bonds with high rate of interest, and it is a kind of a debt trap diplomacy. And the best example of a debt trap diplomacy can be carried out by China, who has been lending loans of very high rate of interest to Sri Lanka and Pakistan. And this is here just a meme on lighter note that one does not simply try to use dollar diplomacy on the US, because dollar has been very much a powerful currency, and due to the geopolitics and world order, no one can bully US, rather US bullies other countries. Now public diplomacy. This diplomacy is aimed at directly communicating to foreign publics to establish dialogue. This is done through international media, educational exchanges and non-governmental entities like trade associations, religious bodies, labor unions and ethnic groups. In educational exchanges, various universities have this student exchange program wherein one country involves a different country's students and let them study there and have different courses available for each other. Now digital diplomacy or electronic diplomacy. This type of diplomacy is also known as cyber diplomacy, and it is involving Internet of Things, internet and communication technology, big data analysis, cloud services, and this diplomacy helps in increasing openness and inclusiveness through remotest participation and e-participation. It has tools for peer-to-peer communication like social media, like LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook and YouTube. Now let's talk about economic diplomacy. Economic diplomacy increases collaboration between state and non-official agencies and increased importance given to international institutions like the World Trade Organization, World Bank and International Monetary Fund. It includes promoting a country's economic agenda to other countries through means of free trade agreements, bilateral agreements, groupings like SAARC, BRICS, etc. Throwing sanctions, tariff barriers, customs duty to pressurize a country is a part of economic diplomacy. For example, here you can quote US sanctions on Iran, trade war between US and China, and India USA trade dispute in World Trade Organization. Also please read about that in detail. Now cultural diplomacy. Cultural diplomacy includes exchange of ideas, information, art, language and other aspects of culture among nations and their people in order to foster mutual understanding. Now this can be possible only between countries sharing common history and have boundary-free relations since ancient times. Here to quote an example, the second informal summit that was held between India and China at Mamallapuram, Tamil Nadu was a significant historical symbolism in which Xuanzang in 630 AD during Pallava reign visited rock sculptures in India, and this was to show the bond between two nations, and it was a informal summit that was held between PM Modi and Chinese Premier Xi Jinping. Now let's talk about non-conventional diplomacies that have emerged in recent past. So space diplomacy. As you know, space has been emerging as a new battlefield for warfare, and there has been a race for dominance in space, and you know that India's Mission Shakti has been in this field a very much successful, wherein India showed its military might by destroying a satellite in outer space by launching a missile from Earth's surface. And now to regulate any of the space area, there has been a lot of outer space treaties, rescue agreement, moon agreement, and liability conventions. Please refer to them one by one and you will get a clearer idea. And similarly, in India's space diplomacy, Antrix is a very important component, which is a commercial arm of ISRO. It has been helping countries with satellite launches, have been provided with space technologies, and have been collaborating with different space agencies. Medical diplomacy. This type of diplomacy has a provision of medical assistance or aid for the purpose of furthering national goals. And as you know, India acted both as the pharmacy of the world and a global health provider during COVID-19. To quote here an example, we know the export of hydroxychloroquine to USA and Brazil. Also, India is leading producer of generic medicines which are exported to many African countries and Gulf countries. And also in recent times, medical tourism have emerged, as wherein people from Gulf countries and from countries like Afghanistan have came for their surgeries and health checkups in India due to access to affordable and exceptional healthcare services. Now this is the last one, pilgrimage diplomacy or Dargah diplomacy. This diplomacy is very much famous in Islamic countries, wherein officials or politicians traveling to a non-friend or enemy country under the pretext of pilgrimage or holy shrine, but with the aim of political discussion or political visit. It includes vested common interests. For example, you know, the politicians of Iran have traveled to Mecca, Saudi Arabia for their discussions and political visit. And similarly, in context of India, the Kartarpur Gurdaspur corridor, that is between India and Pakistan, is very much a part of a pilgrimage diplomacy and has been a very important aspect between the relations between these two countries. So I hope this makes you understand the concept of diplomacy, and this is a question, please try to answer it. What do you mean by diplomacy? And list with suitable examples types of diplomacies that have emerged in recent times with respect to India. So please try to answer this in comment section below. Please like, share and subscribe and share it with your fellow aspirants, and I hope to see you in my next video. Goodbye.